Human body has a very unique way of throwing out the toxics. Every outgoing breath throws out the toxics to the prana of the body. Every incoming breath energizes the body. Every day in the morning, we also throw out toxics of food that has been digested with the body. We throw out toxics through sweats. When the body sweats, toxic comes out. When we urinate, the body is throwing out the toxics. Body has various methods of throwing out toxics. That is how the Creator has created this body. If we look around the nature, just observe the nature, you will see that the dead leaves are falling off from the tree effortlessly onto the earth. You will see that the flowers are falling off effortlessly onto the earth. Every creation has a way of letting go of that what is no more required to that creation. The procedure is very simple. It just happens. It just happens. The ice just melts, the snow just melts and becomes water. So this melting and letting go happens in the creation as a very natural process. Human body also teaches us to let go. If one of the days you're not able to let go of the motion or the digested food that is no more required to the body, then there is a lot of uncomfortable feeling within the body because it is carrying that which is not wanted. Then the whole body feels tired. You're carrying something that you don't want. So your legs start hurting, your head starts hurting, there's a lot of weakness. Once this unwanted toxic is thrown and you pass the motion, then suddenly you feel very light, energetic. The same body that was carrying the toxic was very heavy. It could not perform the functions, physical functions properly. And the same body that once it disposes the excess toxics that is in the body becomes very active. Creation itself is teaching us to let go. But the human mind is not able to understand the meaning of let go. So this questions by so many seekers how to let go. Very simple methods to help you understand to let go the feeling and emotions that is stored inside your body, which is causing you a lot of turmoil and not letting you enjoy. First, we need to understand what are these toxics that we are carrying inside our body. Toxics are of the past. Those events that has happened, both pleasant and unpleasant. Pleasant because it leads you to craving, desire, and unpleasant because it leads you to aversion. So we need to let go of both. What do you mean by let go of both? Understanding that these thoughts, when you sit for a few minutes, wake up, and when they wake up, they bring about a sensation in your body, a feeling. Let us observe those feelings and see how they disturb us. If you are from your past experiences, if you have gone through some incidents that causes fear in you, then when you become aware of your navel, these thoughts that are stored wakes up and they start multiplying because you're allowing them to multiply. You're giving them power and they go and settle again on your navel. When the first thought of fear arises from within, if you're able to quickly separate yourself and say, fear is this thought is of fear, not for me, I'm only watching. Instead of multiplying the same thought, when you start watching, separating yourself and saying, it is not for me, it just gets converted to faith. Because this feeling of fear does not get any power. It is passing by, you're letting it pass by and not identifying with that. If you say, I have the fear, then you're identifying the fear with I and you're giving place of have. I have fear of. So now you have identified it, so it gets a strength. It becomes a foot to the I and it's got a place because you have it. So it settles on your navel. The same, any thought of fear that passes in front of you, if you say, not for me, I am only watching. It is passing cloud in front of me. It quickly just floats away. And as it floats away, it also gets converted to faith automatically. That is the power that we have within us. And that is how these toxics get converted. So on your navel, while watching, to separate yourself from the feeling and emotion, one has to just watch breath. Let go. Accepting is let it be. Accepting with the incoming breath. Accept that fear. Let it be. And you ask it to go because it is not yours. So acceptance is let. Go is letting go of it on your navel. And the whole navel becomes empty. Only when you feel hollowness on your navel region have all the thoughts pertaining to fear and insecurity have been converted. From the sensation of fire, it becomes a sensation of a cool moon. You'll feel coolness in your navel and hollowness. That is the sign that all the thoughts pertaining to fear and insecurity have got converted to faith. So you let go, accept and witness it move in front of you on the navel. Then you move to your heart. What are the toxics in your heart? There is hurt, there is jealousy, there is greed. The same, let go. First, we have to accept that there is hurt. Once you accept with your outgoing breath, you have to surrender by asking for forgiveness and forgiving. If you can make a mistake, so can the other. So let go of the hurt. And for greed, one has to understand, for greed and jealousy both, one has to understand what you have. Move from what you don't have to what you have in abundance. Start by acknowledging your body, functions of your body, food, clothing, shelter, all the beautiful memories and relationships that you have in your life. These are your assets. So many people come to your help. The universe comes to your help. So many instruments of universe come to your help when you need. Remember all those things. When you remember all these things, jealousy becomes joy and greed becomes generosity. Just like others have been an instrument in life, in your life, you would also like to be an instrument in others' life. So, the giving, sharing thoughts start. Then the universe becomes one for you. All are in you, you are in all. This thought arises just by surrendering, just by watching the outgoing breath, asking for forgiveness, forgiving, remembering all those things that you have, recollecting all those people who have helped you, surrendering to them as an instrument of the universe, you become hollow on your heart and start expanding. Joy and compassion energy is so beautiful that when you start expanding, you can feel as if the entire universe is getting into you and as if you are a part of the whole universe. That is the power of expansion. That is the power of your heart, which, when expands with unconditional love, dances in joy just by let go, by accepting and surrendering. So we started with acceptance, then we moved to accepting and surrendering. Now the third place is your throat, where grief is accumulated, which you need to learn to let go by converting it into gratitude. Gratitude means gratefulness. Gratefulness means acknowledging there is some power which is always taking care of you, which is always providing you with all your needs, which is always thinking of you, is there for you, sends so many instruments and connects you with the universe, making you a part of it. Just acknowledging that, just understanding that. When you become very grateful, your throat starts to expand. What has been lost to teach you the value of that particular thing. So you start using things as soon as you receive it rather than hoarding. That will help you to understand that everything is so temporary. And so one has to enjoy, learn to use it as much as possible, as long as possible, as long as it is with you. Enjoy it. That is what it teaches you when you lose something, grief. So you learn to let go through gratitude. First, you accept that you had those things, and then you say, I surrendered those things because I don't need it anymore, and now I express gratitude for that learning that everything comes and everything goes, nothing is permanent. So, With that, your acceptance, surrender, and gratitude is complete. So, all the three energies from navel, heart, and throat open. When you feel hollowness on your throat, you will feel a lot of healing energy occupying the space. You will feel a lot of tears flowing down your eyes. You become very emotional because you don't know how to thank the universe in words. Words make no more meaning to you, and so you start expressing by just that feeling of gratitude, just the feeling of surrender, just the feeling of acceptance, by praying to the divine, by thanking him for his unconditional love, for his compassion, for his taking care of you like a small child is taken care by the mother. With that, you have completed the navel, heart, and the throat. Now we would move to the forehead. On the forehead, one has to remember that energies like anger, perfection is because of perfection or expectation and control. These three energies are major food to the ego. Whenever you take your awareness to the forehead, please remember that if you do not pass motion in the morning, your whole day is full of pain. Similarly, if you do not let go by accepting, surrendering, and being grateful, if you do not let go, then your whole pranic body is choked, just like the physical body that is choked and the toxics are not thrown out. Try to recollect those days when your body has been uncomfortable, when it could not throw the toxics out. That should be enough for you to learn to let go from the forehead. When we say let go with acceptance, surrender, and gratitude, automatically the anger just becomes bliss, because these three energies help you. Expectation drops when you accept. There is no more control because you're surrendering, and there is no more perfection because you're grateful. So these three energies automatically start becoming bliss, and your let go becomes very easy if you follow acceptance, surrender, and gratitude on the navel, heart, and throat. Then it becomes very natural for you to receive the incoming breath and let go of the outgoing breath just by watching the forehead. Your whole body vibrates with bliss energy. Celebrate by this method, and please write to me how you feel about this method.